I think we're live. Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the love on the last video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe on this one. Metallica released a new single, and that's enough of a reason to watch it for the first time and have people judge me for my reaction. So I won't belabor this. Thank you for all of the support you show me. We're outperforming our subscriber numbers, and the YouTube algorithm has been kind to us. So be sure to hit the bell. So subscribers, we're climbing a little bit. Views, we're doing great. Be sure to hit the bell so that you know whenever I post. If you have any suggestions on things to comment on or songs to do, leave it in the comments. Let's do this. That bass drum is pretty cool. Pretty cool visual too. Metallica always had some sick music videos. One, Enter Sandman, are the two that I remember most vividly. I was scared shitless of that music video. The freaking truck hitting the bed on the highway. I guess we could comment on the music. The music's good. It seems to me like the production, and maybe this is just listening to it off YouTube through these you know what I mean? Like, if there's a lot of subjectivity to it, it seems really like packaged. It's like, instead of being kind of all over my like perception, so to speak, it's just like it's very straightforward. It's very direct. And those drums sound amazing. That's kind of typical, though. Makes me think of that riff. Seek and Destroy. Similar. I think it's probably in the same key, and it's right around, I think it's 5/7, like 7th fret, 5th fret. Dude, Lars is, the fact that he has stayed such a badass for like, I don't know, 30 years. Wow. He's beating the hell out of those drums. Now I'm getting more of the like kind of room, I guess, because there for the first little bit it was just kind of right. It's like you took a full spectrum of things and you kind of focused it down and then shot it at me. And then whenever that second guitar came in, I was getting a little more bass, super low of the in the mix. James Hetfield's voice for this song, so he's lost a bit of his range. I can't judge his vocal ability because I can't sing for shit, but he's lost some of his range as time has gone on, which is pretty typical for quite literally everyone. But this song fits where he sits pretty well. And given it's the studio version, so he can take as many takes as he wants or whatever. But bass is super low in the mix, like super. I can't even hear what is going on there. Probably just kind of chugging, but Now we're talking. I thought he was going to go into like a little mini solo there. Mini solo verse bridge. Pretty straightforward, honestly. There's not a lot of depth to the writing of this song. It'd be pretty good on the radio, truthfully. Like, it's a good song. I think it's produced well. It's, for me, the problem with Metallica is that I grew up and my dad played music, and so I listened to Metallica. Let's see, when was I born? 94. So when I was listening to Metallica, they hadn't even released Saint Anger yet. And so I was listening to mostly their original, like their older stuff. So from, like Master of Puppets, Battery, Ride the Lightning, and Justice, a little bit of Load and Reload, and then the Garage Incorporated. Is that what it's called? I think that whatever album that was, it had Stone Cold Crazy on it. And so when they released Saint Anger, this is the sound that it just didn't really do it for me. Guitar solo time. Yep. That was cool. Kirk Hammett's style, there's not a lot of space in any of his solos. Like, it's super. I don't like using the word crammed because it makes it sound like it's negative. That's just the way he plays solos, right? It's more full. There's a lot more notes than, like watching John Mayer or something. And it's really hard after a certain point to play. Like, you figure they've released, let's see, how many albums does Metallica have? At least 10. And you play 8 guitar solos a pop on those. So you play 80 of these solos where you're just like playing through progressions as quickly as you can. It's pretty hard to add in a little variety. That little kind of I don't know if it was a whammy bar. It wasn't really a dive, but it was kind of like a detune type thing. Pretty cool. Good solo. That was good. No, I'll wait until the end of the video. that music video is pretty cool. Turns out I recorded the entirety of my outro comments with the window capture still up, showing me that my internet was off, so it's really neat. It was okay. It was not the best song I've ever heard. It was certainly not the worst song I've ever heard, and it certainly wasn't the worst Metallica song I've ever heard. Things that I did like, the guitar solo was good. Had a lot of variety, a lot of change up from some of the things that Kirk Hammett normally does, which, like I said, is kind of hard whenever you're just playing. He plays through just a lot of fast progressions and things, and when there's that little space in between notes, it makes it hard to accent things. Like, that's just the way it is. The drums were, it's Lars. Like, his drums are always pretty good. Even on their shitty tracks, like, drawing a blank. Even on their, like, newer stuff that wasn't really well received, I felt like the drums were never really the problem. It was always something else. James Hetfield's vocals were fine. Like I said, I think this song falls into his vocal range perfectly, with the exception of maybe a couple high notes accenting different lyrics. And even then, it's not like he didn't hit them. I just don't know that he would be live trying to hit them. The weak point, I think, for me, like, this is my own personal opinion, and I think reception to the song has been pretty good, especially because Metallica hasn't done a lot recently in terms of songs they've released, or especially commercial songs that they've released. For me, the weak point was the storytelling. Most of the time, and again, this is just a me thing, I want a song to kind of convey something to me. So just off the top of my head, thinking about Metallica, you have the entirety of the And Justice album, if we're being honest. Master of Puppets, The Unforgiven, Enter Sandman, Creeping Death, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Welcome Home Sanitarium, Welcome Home Sanitarium. You have all of these songs that are telling a story, and there's music to them, right? And even then, like, all other genres of music have some of those things. Sometimes the story is different, and sometimes certain artists kind of like zone in on one type of storytelling. Like John Mayer tends to write about like life reflection and sometimes love and things like that. Like Your Body is a Wonderland. That's a story. Or Why Georgia? Or I could go on and on forever because I love John Mayer. Point being is that when you listen to this song, you're like it gives you a good idea of what that person was feeling when they wrote it, right? So for me, I have no idea what they were thinking about or feeling when they wrote these lyrics at all. Like, I just don't get it. Maybe I'm missing it. This is only the first time I've heard it all the way through. Like, sometimes you need to go, like, the first time through, you're kind of just getting like a bird's eye, and then you go back and you're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Maybe I'm missing it, but just first impression, it just didn't seem like there was an overarching like progression or plot or story that was being told to me. Do with that what you will. Anyway, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, ring the freaking bell. That's how YouTube works nowadays. And I think I'll see you next time. Keep rocking, keep rolling, or playing jazz, I guess, if that's your thing.